Sony spent so much money on getting Robert Downey Jr. to play Iron Man in Spider-Man Homecoming that they actually could not afford new CG or to improve the CG. So they literally just put a color swap palette over Iron Man. So one of the longtime Marvel conceptual artists, Phil Saunders, recently revealed some interesting details in regards to Iron Man's armor from Spider-Man Homecoming. Specifically, why it looks like something we've seen before, and why exactly they decided to use the Ultimates look. So first and foremost, he talks about obviously how Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man joined the film, and that he was the one that was going to be designing the new costume. And here he reveals that one of the big requests that Kevin Feige had, and really one of the only ones, was that the comic look from the Ultimates, the Ultimate Iron Man look / color paint, aka, you know, the I guess the ape one, or the monkey, or whatever that's supposed to be. If you've read the Ultimates, you know what, and it's kind of confusing. Essentially, they wanted that color scheme on there, which I would say they brought over pretty good. But he goes on and reveals a few more details. Essentially, that the Mark 46 that we saw in Captain America Civil War is the same exact suit that they use in Spider-Man Homecoming. They just repainted it. And I think most of you can see exactly what they did and where, and there was very minimal changes at all. And he reveals that essentially Sony could not afford the visual effects budget and the R&D to design an all-new Iron Man suit. So what they did was just take the one that existed in the MCU and just bring over that entire asset and drop it into their film. So they didn't have to spend more money doing extra visuals and how the model would work, the, clipping and all these issues they would have. No, they couldn't afford that because the film was going to have a cheaper budget. And obviously they spent $25 million to get Robert Downey Jr. in the film. That was already a lot of money. So they had to cut corners. Cutting corners was, hey, can we borrow that armor you have? And we'll just repaint it to the best of our ability, and hopefully nobody picks up on it. I mean, I think most people did pick up on it. If you didn't, well, now you know. Because, oh, good old Sony. I mean, that's just kind of how it went. And who really cares, right? I mean, like, the Spider-Man Homecoming armor is my favorite one he's worn in the MCU. That's the only hot toy I got from his armors. Well, okay, not entirely true, because I got other ones coming in. They just haven't shipped yet. But yeah, I love that armor. So I'm glad it actually made it on film, even if it's just a repaint of the Civil War suit.